Looking for Animals by Lawrence F. Lowery. Have you ever taken a hike or gone on a trip outdoors? When you walk outdoors, you can see many things. You can see many birds and other animals. You may find spiders, insects, and frogs. You can see trees and flowering plants. The colors of flowers make the plants easy to see. Some animals are hard to see. Do you know why? Do you know what makes them hard to see? On a nice day near a pond, you may see a spotted green frog, but you may not see other spotted green frogs. What makes other frogs harder to see? The lizard running along a fence is easy to see. The lizard resting on the ground is hard to see. What makes the lizard on the ground harder to see than the lizard on the fence? In the outdoors, you may see a furry brown chipmunk running over a rock, and there may be another furry brown chipmunk close by that you do not see. How might the color of a chipmunk's fur make the chipmunk hard to see? Have you ever seen a toad sitting on a rock? A toad on a rock is easy to see. You might not see a toad sitting on the ground in the shade. Sometimes toads sit in places where their color makes them hard to see. Here is a green katydid walking on a twig. This katydid is easy to see. Here is a green katydid standing on a leaf. How does the color of the katydid make it hard to see? There are two crickets in the pictures on these pages. One is easy to see, one is harder to see. Which cricket is harder to see? Why do you think one cricket is harder to see than the other cricket? This brown mother deer is easily seen. Why do you think she is running away from the baby deer? The brown baby deer has spots of white on its back. Why will the dog probably not see the baby deer? Bumblebees are easy to see when they fly in the air. Bumblebees are harder to see when they rest on flowers. Can you tell what makes them harder to see? On a hiking trip, you might see a brown beaver swimming in the water. When the beaver gets out of the water and reaches the ground, it is often harder to see. Why do you think that happens? Here is a green snake crawling in the leaves. Why is this snake easy to see? Here is the same snake crawling in the grass. Why is the same snake now harder to see? A brown moth flying in the air is easy to see. A moth on a tree trunk is harder to see. Can you tell what makes this moth harder to see? A walking stick is an interesting insect. Someday you may see one walking on a leaf. Can you find the walking sticks in this picture? Which walking stick is easier to see? Can you tell why one is harder to see than the other? Spiders seem to be everywhere. You have seen them, but there are many spiders you have not seen. What makes those spiders harder to see? Which animals did you see on a trip outdoors? Why were some of the animals hard to see? What do you think, readers? Did you figure out why some animals are easy to see and other animals are harder to see? Turn and tell your buddy what you think. Did you say the animals that are easy to see don't blend in with their background, but the animals that are harder to see blend in with their background? They're the same color as their background, so that makes them harder to see.